Good morning and welcome to the second edition of Coffee with Anna. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for the great feedback from last week. I appreciate all that. This week I talked about food resources and the lack thereof from a global standpoint to a local standpoint. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to go read those posts from this week, whether you're in a position to donate money or time, or whether you are in need of assistance. You'll find information in those posts. In keeping with the food theme this week, I have two news stories to discuss, and neither one are from the past week actually, but both are relevant and fairly recent and interesting topics. The first one concerns Philadelphia area restaurant McDane's, who decided to ban children under 6 from dining there. And the owner decided this based on older clientele complaints about the ruckus that the children were causing, and complaints about parents who could not or would not keep their children under control. And this has upset some people, and others think, well, why would I go where I'm not welcome? And he's certainly not the first restaurant to do this. A few years ago, there was a South Carolina restaurant that put up a sign that said "No screaming children," and they report that their business has actually increased since putting that sign up, since people know they won't be disturbed by children. And legally, he can do this. Federal law prohibits discrimination based on race or religion as far as who can patronize your business. This is different from hiring practices, employment practices, and the like. And I can see both sides. Certainly, I've seen situations where children should be taken out of a restaurant or other business, or that a parent should be doing something to stop their child or correct their child. And yet I also know it's very difficult with children too. They can be unpredictable, for sure. But I also understand that kids are people that do not have children or are not around children very often also have a very low threshold for what bothers them. So it's hard to know exactly what was going on here. Regardless, he can do this. They can go to other restaurants, and it's his prerogative. Of course, you risk upsetting and losing clientele and losing business, but we'll see. Other industries are actually considering the same sort of thing. Malaysia Airlines banned children from the business or first class sections. British Airways and Virgin Airways are also considering doing the same based on their clients complaining about children in those areas. So we'll see if other industries take a cue from these businesses and other places begin banning children too. Secondly, I want to discuss the ongoing Happy Meal saga. McDonald's has decided to make a few more concessions now. Of course, earlier this year, San Francisco banned the Happy Meal toys unless McDonald's would offer a vegetable and a fruit with the Happy Meal, which they're not doing right now. And other places are considering such bans as well. But McDonald's is going to, starting in September, take away the apple caramel dipping sauce, and also take away an ounce of the French fries in the Happy Meal, and all Happy Meals will get apple slices. It'll be a smaller package than what you would get right now if you ordered apples, but they will all have it. That doesn't mean the children will eat it, but they are retaining the soda option and the toy at this time. And McDonald's says that they are going by what the parents, their clientele is telling them and asking them to do. And consumer watchdog groups and other organizations concerned with childhood obesity and the like um, are pushing them to get rid of the toy or um, to make the meals healthier and the like. And so uh, there's even a parent suing McDonald's over this. And the way I see it is, if you don't like it, don't go there. Don't feed it to your children. You have that right to choose McDonald's or not choose McDonald's. I would be more concerned with what parents are buying at the grocery store, and there's no one policing them, and I don't think there should be. Uh, what they're buying for their children day in and day out: sugary cereals, hot dogs, nuggets, high sodium, high fat products, anything processed, and I think that's the bigger concern here. But McDonald's has been targeted. Other fast food restaurants, McDonald's, or besides McDonald's, see, Burger King is getting rid of their toy. Jack in the Box is getting rid of their toy. Sonic, you have to ask for the toy if you want it. So they're not being targeted, but they're just doing these things on their own. And so I think it's pretty ridiculous because you just don't have to go to McDonald's. And it shouldn't be your concern what other people are choosing for their kids. And what McDonald's is doing is what I essentially do when we go to McDonald's with our kids. Anyway, I get one Happy Meal with fries and one with apples, and then split it in half. And I'm certainly not opposed to the toy. The whole experience at McDonald's is a treat because we don't go very often. So I think it's interesting. I keep watching this McDonald's Happy Meal issue. It's ongoing, and I think McDonald's is a big target. And we'll see what happens with this lawsuit from this parent who's unhappy about the Happy Meals and advertising of this and such. So we'll see. But anyway, interesting topics, and let me know if you have some topics you'd like me to discuss. And have a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining me.